These are my three audience members. Please take a seat. Did you know that your federal tax dollars fund testing on animals? Since World War I, animals were forced to endure doses of chemicals until they would die. More than 2,000 animals are killed each time these tests are done. Another form of animal cruelty is the puppy mills. Federal investigators find that the Department of Agriculture often ignores repeated violation of puppy mills. Across the country, they uncover horrible conditions that the animals are subjected to, and yet the laws continue to be weak. Dogs living in these mills are often found infested with ticks, living with gaping wounds, and in pools of feces. Dogfighting is found in urban and rural areas and has been a thriving business for decades. And even though there has been more attention to these issues, criminals still find ways to evade the law. The issue of animal cruelty is very controversial. But if you have been a pet owner, the information I will provide should make you realize that something should be done to stop these horrible issues. If you care, you have the ability to join millions who seek to reform our laws and regulations to help these animals. Now that I have provided you with some background information on animal cruelty, I would like to provide you with more details on animal testing. According to the Humane Society, there are many federal funded programs. But even in recent years, these guidelines have been shown to be abused in many cases. Animals are being cut up, tortured, and killed for research. Over 55 colleges in the United States have policies to prevent animals abuse during testing, but this only amounts to 3% of the colleges in the U.S. Animals die due to starvation, overheating, failure to have proper medical care, and some endure torture without painkillers. In an article written by Lee Thornton in December 2012, Ohio State University was sued for a program funded with over $1 million in a 5-year span that required cats to get the HIV injection, and then they were killed and their brains were removed for study. According to the New York Times article in 1998, a report done by the government revealed over 23 million lab animals were used in U.S. instead of looking for better funded ways to test products for humans. Now that you have an understanding of the animal testing and research done, I would like to provide you with some information on other form of cruelty known as puppy mills. Puppy mills, according to Glanzinger in 2009, are known as puppy-producing machines that involve having dogs in unhealthy conditions while they produce puppies regularly, so brokers can sell them to pet stores and other outlets that make high profits. These puppy mills continue to thrive because many of us do not know those cute little puppies in the pet store or on legitimate websites come from a breeding farm. Dogs at puppy mills live with no exercise, little or no medical care, confined to cages while they are forced to breed. When the owners have used them up, they are abandoned, killed, or sold to other mills. Rebecca Cathcart wrote in 2007 about an investigation that took place in Hollywood where puppies were being sold for over thousands of dollars. They were sitting in a wooden baby crib with rhinestone collars, but the mothers and fathers were sitting in cages in a puppy mill. But the owners denied knowing where the origin of these animals were from. There are many restrictive policies and laws on puppy mills that make it difficult to regulate, and thousands of puppy mills are across our nation, and many owners constantly changing their names and locations to avoid the law. You have now learned about animal testing and puppy mills. Now I would like to provide you with some details on another form of animal cruelty known as dogfighting. Dogfighting has been a thriving business in urban and rural areas across our nation, and is associated with thousands of dollars and leaves many owners killing the dog if they lose, or many dogs die from wounds they receive because of the form of animal cruelty. The Humane Society has has seen a decline in large-scale dogfighting, but an increase in back alley basement, which is a way for people to gain status or bragging rights. Even though dogfighting is a felony, commentary by David Teal in 2007 discussed how a famous quarterback, Michael Vick, was involved in not only betting $5,000 on dogfighting, but had bought land where these dogfights were taking place. The dogs who performed poorly were executed. The Humane Society described this story on their own website. Bandit broke her opponent's front leg, then the back, then another at the right knee, while the other dog chewed on the leg to nothing. And as the female dog laid in pain with spectators around, her head and one ear was torn from shreds as Bandit continued to overcome his opponent. The story is similar to what viewers see during a dogfight. Animal testing and puppy mills and dogfighting need your help to stop this abuse. And next I will provide you with information you can read further about to stop animal cruelty. The Humane Society works across the nation to support animal welfare, fight animal cruelty, and work to get citizens to support the issues on protecting animals. Missouri has over 3,000 puppy mills, but in November, with the help of the citizens, the Puppy Mill Cruelty Prevention Act will be on the ballot in November. Laws across our state vary with the type of punishments one might receive for instances. In Illinois, dogfighting is considered a Class 4 felony with 1 to 3 years and up to $25,000 fine. In the state of Ohio, dogfighting is a 4th-degree felony with 6 to 18 months in jail and up to $5,000 fine. PETA is an organization with over 2,000 members and is the largest rights organization in the world, focusing on factory farms, laboratories, clothing trade, and entertainment industries for animal rights. They provide logic to the situation so you can form the opinion in what is right and wrong. Now that you have a better understanding of the seriousness and cruelty issues and organizations fight against their issues, let's review the topics that we can choose. Every day, somewhere in the United States, an animal is subjected to research, testing, torture, and even death to the support of those human regards to abuse. These animals must endure to either market their own products or to gain large sums of money. Recent studies show over 23 million animals are used in the labs, in lab studies, like the horror shown on the Al Qaeda video, where dogs were being gassed to death. Here in the United States, puppies are sold in your local pet stores and come from humane puppy breeders. Dogs that will not have the benefits of running around in the backyard or playing with a toy will be trained to fight to the death. You have the ability to help these animals live better lives by supporting the local Humane Society or being a member of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Thank you.